Welcome to this channel where we give now ogbonge updates on waiting the apple for Biafran territory as the Biafran Liberation Army. They do the needful. They put the zoo at a run. Now, so waiting Prime Minister breaking, the Biafran Liberation Army in Osu has neutralized over 20 terrorists at HQ Nigerian Army today, 6th, 3rd, 2024. The war started very early in the morning and I can confirm that they collected every Woto. Now, I want to make now listen to Biafrans. They talk yesterday evening of the same issue we happened about the Biafran police.
We are not moving an inch. It is either Biafra or Biafra. There's no second option. Just like life itself, there's no duplicate. Just like what our leader Mazin Nandekano always said, it's either we get Biafra or we die fighting for it. But at the end of the day, Biafra will still be resolved. Thanks, everyone. On our topic tonight, it says, in Biafra, rule of law will be for all and sundry. Hashtag Biafra police. Hashtag vote. For our ongoing referendum vote, if some of us haven't done that yet, because I know that the awareness is there for everyone to do, but still, if anyone haven't voted yet, I think it's an honorable something to do. You have to vote and encourage others to do so. Because although the Prime Minister, just like I reiterate for what he said last time on his on his program this morning, my time, he said that people should continue to vote and encourage your neighbors and your loved ones as well to do the same, because it's an honorable thing to do. Although it does not stop us from getting our Biafra or declaring Biafra at the end of this year, like he said, but we still need a lot of numbers of votes so that, just for the record purposes and all that, because we are actually the first country in the whole of Africa that's doing this for the very first time. I thanks everyone for coming. We'll be treating the topic about the rule of law. In a society or in a country where there is no rule of law, just like as it is today in the Islamic State of Nigeria, anything is bound to happen. One of the biggest problems that caused the fall of Nigeria as a failed state is the rule of law. Nigeria have never followed its own law, not that of anyone else. Nigeria have never ever for once followed its own law. And what's the problem? Why they are doing it? Because they let others, they let that little bit of window to be open for the so-called politicians and the so-called rich people, just like the way they think it is. They leave that loophole so that they can be used it at any given time. It's either in the society, it's either during court cases, it's either during businesses, whatever you might think it is. There's always that little gap, that loophole that the Islamic State of Nigeria let loose, so that those in government and those so-called money bags, so-called rich people, they will subvert the rules of the law of that land. This is one of the biggest problems that Nigeria terrorist Islamic State have been having for a very long time, from its inception of creation by the British up to this very moment, before the Biafra Republic government in exile decided to add the economic strangulation that bring forward as quick as it can in the downfall of the Islamic State of Nigeria. We all remember the story of James Ibori. When he looted as much as he looted, from the then Delta State, he went to London, and unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I think that he was about to be arrested or something. James Ibori donned a cloth a regalia of a lady, of an attire of an African lady, and escaped from London. And guess where he ran to? You will be thinking that he will be running to a third country or something. No. Do you know where their home is? He ran to the corruption capital of the whole world, which is Islamic State of Nigeria. He ran back and he was welcomed with red carpet. And a lot of people, even in the newspapers of them, they were hailing Ibori as the more you look, the less you see. In a national newspaper in the Islamic State of Nigeria, that Ibori have pulled off a Maradona act on the British and on the Nigerians. But the thing is that instead of people to condemn that act, because why was he there in the first place? Why was he arrested? They were trying to arrest him in the first place because of corruption. Because of corruption, Ibori was put on the list as one of the most wanted. He had several court cases in the UK. He did not even win one case. The whole case was still in court, and Ibori jumped there and ran away. And not only that, even the terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria was actually looking for him, because they are the one that sought for his arrest in the first place, because they thought he's got he had a safe haven while in the United Kingdom. But guess what? He ran to Nigeria and they welcomed him with open hand and even throw red carpet for him. This is the kind of country that we are talking about. In Biafra, there will be no such thing as what is going on in Nigeria. Our PM have said it, and we all understand that. We cannot have Biafra to have Nigeria. It's not going to happen. Everyone must face the wrath of the law. If you go against the rule of the law, you have to go to prison for it. Hefty one. There is no one, in Nigeria, we all understand today that you will see somebody talking to a police officer, although the police themselves, they're corrupt. But he will be telling you, if you mess up, I will just one call, I will make a call, and your ass will be in prison. He will be posted in front of the police, even if there's someone video, they don't even care. These people, they don't care. Why? Because the system of Islamic State of Nigeria tolerated that. The system of Islamic State of Nigeria tolerated for people, for not just politicians, anyone that can have, it doesn't matter how much it is. As long as you can be able to pay your bill, you can be able to do a lot of things with money, you can throw your weight around and do whatever you want. No one cares, because the system allows that. This is not going to be the same thing in the United States of Biafra. Everyone, both the old and the young, the rich and poor, will abide by the same rules. You have to play by the rules. If you break the law of Biafra, you will be arrested. Subsequently, you'll be tried. Not this kind of trial, because in the Islamic State of Nigeria, there's always delay in dispensation of justice. Because when they see that someone that they're trying to take to court, maybe that person is innocent, they will try as much as they can to make sure that they corrupt all the judges. Whomever that is going to stand that case, they will make sure that they bribe them firsthand before even the commencement of the trial. They will subvert the justice system. And what happened at the end of the day, that person that should be in the prison will be out scot-free, and the person that is innocent will be the one to go to prison. This is what is going on in the Islamic State of Nigeria from its inception up to this very date. But Biafra is going to change all these rules for everyone else's interest, because it's not a good thing. Yes, you've done everything that whatever the hype. By the way, all these people, all these politicians, and most of all these rich people that have a lot of businesses, it was through monopoly that get them where they are today. Because of the system of Nigeria. Because it was created in that way so that people can utilize that opportunity, that window of opportunity, to make sure they enrich themselves and their families and their cohorts. But at the end of the day, when they go to court for trial, anything, whatever it is, they will get out of it easily. Look at our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu done? Nothing. He was fighting for the freedom of his people. His people is being subjugated in all manners of ways to make sure that our people get put down. But at the end of the day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition. He was kidnapped to start with the help of Kenyans and those of our IPOB in Nigeria and Southeast governors and their likes, and including the United Kingdom as well. All of them, even from his own family, they sold his location to the enemy. He was kidnapped from Kenya, subsequently renditioned to Nigeria, and then thrown into the dungeon of DSS up to this very moment. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have never had a fair trial. He wasn't even supposed to be going to court in the first place. Their own court, the appeal court residing in Abuja, has subsequently freed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of all charges leveled against him with the Islamic State of Nigeria. But at the end of the day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still there up to this very moment. In fact, the last court case that he went last time, it was last week or so. It was adjourned till this month, February, March. But the issue there is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supposed to be in the prison, in DSS dungeon? Not even in prison. At least if someone is in prison, they will be having normal routine of exercises and all what have you, and he will be having visitors come to him as freely as everyone else that is in the prison. But no, they throw him into a dark room that has no light. They deny him having a pillow to rest his head while he is sleeping. They deny him his reading glasses. They deny him his medical care. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was bleeding, and the terrorist Islamic State, because of the torture he faced during the time they were returning him from Kenya to Nigeria. From the information that we got from our government then, our spokesman Mazi Simon Eba, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, was chained and used a really, really tight handcuff to handcuff his leg and band him and his hand. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu blood wouldn't flow easily to his body, and then he was unconscious when they got him to Nigeria. What these people did to our leader, we will revenge. We will revenge everything that these people have done to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that doesn't deserve it in the first place. We will revenge all those people that have been involved in the kidnapping of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will revenge all those people that have been involved. It doesn't matter whom you are. It doesn't matter whom you think you are in the Islamic State of Nigeria. We will get you when that time comes. We will get you. We will deal with you. The Biafran people will never forgive you. It does not matter what. The best thing you can do is to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, go free. He has never committed any crime. The same thing that he was chasing for the betterment of his people is what is going on today. And thank God that we have a replacement in the name of Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister. I will borrow the word from our brother Mazi Ugochukwu, who called him the prayer answered of Biafra. The whole problem and the suffering that we have been going through as Biafran people for eternity, ever from the creation of this contraption called Nigeria. Mazi Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, is the prayer answered of Biafra. And thank you, Ugochukwu, for bringing that word up. It's everybody should have this in their mind. It's not just word from Ugochukwu. It's Chukwu Okike Abiyama, Elohim, who put that word in his mouth, because this is the prayer answered. All those the problem that we've been complaining about, including the one I'm talking about at the moment, who is going to solve that problem? Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The whole problem that the Biafrans have been facing from its inception of creation of Islamic State of Nigeria by the British and its cohort, that problem will be solved by Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. The rule of law that the Biafran is going to put in place will be applicable and be applied by every single Biafra, United States of Biafra citizen. The law does not differentiate between the rich or the poor. It does not differentiate between men or women, old or young. As long as you are above the age of 18 and above, the laws of Biafra will apply to you. It does not matter whom you are, because the government of Islamic State of Nigeria, the abuse of the process of the rule of law in Nigeria is just ridiculous. You will see somebody that it's okay. Let's assume before, just like the normal process, everyone is assumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Not in Islamic State of Nigeria. No, As soon as, first of all, they will use the media propaganda, the mainstream media in the Islamic State of Nigeria, to find you guilty even before you go to the court. This is exactly what our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu faces from the day he was extradited from Kenya to Islamic State of Nigeria. Newspapers, all newspapers, television houses, and all of them have proven Nnamdi Kanu to be guilty. It's just today, just of recent weeks, that we've started seeing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a messiah. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a good man. He wasn't fighting Biafra in this way. When people started complaining like this, know it that the government is hitting them where it hurts because they cannot be able to take it anymore. They just felt that, you know what, this thing that we thought it wasn't going to be like this, in fact, they are actually regretting the kidnapping of our leader because they thought by the kidnapping of our leader, that's the end of Biafra. But guess what? Biafra is almost here. It's here already, just to make it official. That is what left. As we all have listened to what our Prime Minister broadcast this morning in regarding to the Biafra police, the act have been there already. The government ministers and cabinet have voted on the act for the creation of Biafra police. It is going to be indigenous police people. It's going to be state police. No one from maybe Imo State or from, let's say, from Okigwe State. You cannot go to Brass and be a police officer there. No, it has to be indigenous of that state. It has a lot of advantage. This is the same thing. This is one of the issues. This is one of the requests on that so-called what do you call it? Whatever the issue that the government was proposing for the terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria for a very long time, and then they refuse. And then they try to shove it on the throat of Biafrans at this moment that we don't even need it. We've said it already. Just like the tweet that our Prime Minister tweeted 2 or 3 days ago, when they were trying to pass a bill in the Senate restricting, is it Southwest or South to South and the rest of it from vying for the presidential election, just to make it look like, okay, we want the Southeast or something. This is just ridiculous. We are not interested in being in one giant Islamic State of Nigeria anymore. No, we are opting out. We are exiting Nigeria for good because Nigeria is a career killer. Nigeria will never ever for you to be anything in Nigeria because they are not meant to be as a country. This is just a business center, a private business center of the British that was later turned into a country, so-called country or contraption. But at the end of the day, Biafra have said that we are not interested in being in that terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria. If you have a problem, go to court, go to many prison today in the Islamic State of Nigeria. You will see a lot of people. Some people, they are there because they were accused. They were picked up on the street just for late night. Or why are you walking by 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. or something like that? Why are you walking on the road by this time if you're not a criminal? And before you know it, they will wheel them away to the police station and then they will demand for a bribe. And when you cannot meet up with the bribe, maybe there's 7 of them, and then only 5 people or 3 people was able to pay the bribe that the police so-called need. And then the remainder of them, they will just forcibly write different type of statement and throw them in the jail for 4, 3 to 5 years. People are languishing in the terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria jails for no reason. People that shouldn't be in the prison in the first time. But because of how corrupt the system is, there is no rule of law. The so-called court is so congested with cases that they barely have enough judges to do the case because they will always, when a big case is coming up, they will bribe the judges and send them to holidays. They will go to holidays so that the day of the court case, the same thing happened with one of the court case there of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ozokeme was sent to the US as usual to do his dancing. Ozokeme went to the US. While Treacherous Ejiofor went to the court and then claimed that he forget the papers. Can you even begin to imagine such? He forget the papers of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case. He left it in the office. That was his excuse. These are all planned things. Just to tell you the kind of place that we are talking about. Islamic State of Nigeria is no other country. By all ramifications, a lot of things that is going on in the terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria, in a sane country, in a sane society, such thing will never be happening. It will never be happening. But only in Islamic State of Nigeria you will see such. But what we are doing is to make sure that our government will support our government in this quest to make sure they get us out of terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria, because we are not meant to be one. We were never one before. We were forced into this marriage and we are opting out. Anything we can, whether financial or otherwise, we have to do it for our Prime Minister, the prayer answered of Biafra, to do the needful. He is going to bring Biafra out of the Islamic State of Nigeria for the betterment of our people. Where the rule of law will be applied for everyone else. There is no big man. Àármý Mamadu will not be there. If you want me to make a call, it will not be there, not in Biafra. You can make that your call in the Islamic State of Nigeria. Thank everyone for being on space tonight. I thank everyone. I thank Ugochukwu and our minister Otunwa Moya for accepting the co-host. I thank one Nasama and Eba, Christopher, our own Atma Peace, welcome. Igwebuike Shimon, Kama Israel, Nweke UC, Ochokosi Beno Wabo, David Okechukwu also, Emmanuel, freedom is life, Biafra son, freedom for all. Ugwa Shilota, I hope I didn't push out your name. Biafra. Hello, you're welcome, my brother. British victim, Shisom class, Helene Omeje, I think dynamic.
I hope saying are listening to this moment. I won't say this discussion long, but I know the little have you play with this for this matter. Me, I'm gonna rest my case. No, thank you for listening.